Recently, Bayanur in China witnessed cases of bubonic plague, and that's why we have this session today, understanding the major pandemics that have affected the globe. Now, if we look onto this scenario, we would see in most of the cases from the past 12th century till the period of 18th century and 19th century, the most lethal, we would say, of all the pandemics was plague. If we look onto the Black Death that occurred back in 1347, starting from that you have the plague of Justinian, then you have the third plague episode, the Anatolian plague. All of these wiped off nearly 1/3 of the population of this globe. So definitely plague is a major threat. Now we are all in a lockdown phase under the COVID episode, but if we look onto this whole scenario, we can understand where this COVID-19 has and the death toll as of now. However, we have a much revised death toll as of now, but the idea here is that there have been episodes of plague that have been deadly and lethal. So what we would understand today is the scenario of this plague, how it spreads, how the transmission begins. Now if we look onto some of the major areas where plague is considered as a kind of endemic or most common are the areas which we could see located in the region of Madagascar, then you have the regions of Congo, and then finally in the regions of Peru. Besides that, all those areas which are shaded in the map are the areas where you have higher probability for plague to occur. Now, how does it transmit? Basically, plague is from the infested maybe the rats or the mice that are there, and you have the fleas and the ticks that basically absorb the blood or get the blood and get infected. Now these bacteria multiply in the abdomen of these fleas. When these fleas bite the human being, this is transmitted to human. Now this is the whole cycle, or we could say the transmission that actually occurs. Early diagnosis can bring in good results, but highly fatal disease, as it is considered, 30 to 100% fatality is considered in the case of plague. Now contaminated food, contaminated water, being in contact with infected animals, or in cases of pneumonic plague, you have airborne infections that are also seen. So we would understand those in the types of plagues that we would understand in a while. But when it comes to the carrier, it is Yersinia pestis. Now this is a cocci bacteria, as you can see, and it's gram negative. Now this bacteria basically has been considered as one of the major causes for plague to occur since centuries. Now as we said, it is a kind of life-threatening diseases in most of the cases, but early diagnosis can lead to cure, and the most important way is either it can be done through a blood test followed by bronchoscopy. Bronchoscopy is a process by which a thin tube is inserted either through mouth or through nose into the lungs, and you have the sample that is taken, and that fluid is basically taken for test, and then you have the findings that are done. Now in many of the countries as of now, parts of China, Inner Mongolia, you have South America, parts of Africa, this disease is still prevalent, and you have spurts of episodes that are seen. There was one of the plagues that was witnessed in 18th century, and its episodes were seen till 1980s. So that's how you have the whole story of the plague and its kind of lethal character, first of all, and secondly the expanse that could be seen over the years. Now as you can see in the map here, you have the region of Bayanur, where recent detections of bubonic plague have been witnessed in the regions of northern China. Now how does this plague spreads? Plague can be classified into 3 types. Those 3 types are, the first is the bubonic plague. Now bubonic plague does not have human to human transmission. It's transmitted only through the fleas and the insects that are infected through the rodents and they infect human beings. So usually the period is 1 week and fatality is around 50%. The next important one is the pneumonic. Now pneumonic plague is a very severe kind of plague because it is airborne. It spreads through the air. So contamination even in the air would lead to spread and therefore causes pneumonia. So it affects lungs. In the case of bubonic plague, it affects the lymph nodes in the body. Pneumonic plague affects the lungs or the respiratory system, usually considered as 2 days, and mortality is around 90%. The next most important is septicemic plague. Now septicemic plague affects the bloodstream. Only few hours are sufficient for this to prove lethal and mortality is close to 100%. So it's a very deadly and dangerous spread, we could say. Of all of those three, you have pneumonic plague which has airborne transmission. So that is again one of the major things that you need to understand. Now infested animals or being closer to infested animals is one of the major causes of the spread of diseases. Now similar to the precautions that you follow for mosquito repellent is one of the major preventions that you take during a plague episode that is there, and that's the most common, wearing either full sleeves or using insect repellent so that these fleas and insects do not come close to you. Now of the traditional and the conventional methods of prevention, antibiotics is considered as the most effective one. A decent dose of antibiotic given during the initial few days can definitely prove in good results in the case of bubonic plague. So early diagnosis and early treatment is something that is very essential. The next important thing that we need to keep in mind is IV fluid. So definitely intravenous fluid and extra fluid intake, and sometimes in case of pneumonic plague, extra oxygen is required. The third most important thing is vaccines. So the regions which are endemic to the plague have vaccines that are there, and definitely these vaccines can bring in significant reduction. And the fourth most, as we said, is the insect repellent. So insect repellents is again a successful way. As we said, wearing full sleeves clothes is another way to prevent the bites of the fleas and the insects that are there. Pest control, rodent control is something that is important mainly in the warehouses, granaries, where these rodents have much higher proportion of multiplication, we could say. The next is the history of plague. Now if we look onto the history of plague, we would focus on some of the major plagues. The first plague that we would talk about is the plague of Justinian. Now Justinian plague spread in the Byzantine Empire region, and this was in the area of then Africa and parts of Europe where it is spread. You had continuous reappearance that was seen in Europe after the plague of Justinian that occurred, and this pandemic had killed numerous and millions of population during that time. So definitely very severe and significant. The next important plague that we need to understand is Black Death. As we saw in our first slide, this was one of the biggest killers in the history. In 1347 it started, and you had nearly 200 million people that lost their lives because of Black Death. Now as a result, nearly 1/3 of the population of this continent wiped off, and historians believe that this was the time when a significant labor shortage boomed up because there were significant number of deaths, and there was higher economic and social mobility that was seen during that time. So definitely Black Death is one of the major ones, started in the regions of Europe and spread till the parts of East. The next important one was again the Italian plague. Now Italy had been one of the major centers for plagues over the years, as we have seen, and this time again it was part of the COVID episode. So during the Italian plague of 1629, you had the Republic of Venice that lost nearly 1/3 of its population, a significant loss that was registered under any pandemic. Then you had the regions of Milan, Venice, Florence that registered severe devastations under the Italian plague. The next important plague that we need to know is the Great Plague of London. Now, Great Plague of London, again in the period of 1665 to 80, so 1665 to 66, so around a period of 1 year it was there, and you had nearly 8,000 people that started dying on a weekly basis. So again, this was one of the pandemics that was very, very hard to control, and London was the most worst affected region under this pandemic. The next important plague that was seen was the Great Plague of Marsilius in the region of Marsilius in Western Europe. Now, whole of the area of Western Europe was affected. Marsilius was the one region which was most worst affected, and it began in the period of 1720s and remained there for a while, and slowly and gradually started disappearing at the coast of France. The next important one that we need to understand is the third plague pandemic. Now, third plague pandemic started in 1855 in the region of China, and as we said, this is the plague pandemic that had remained till 1980, so over a century it remained, and however the cases significantly declined. In 1980s, last number of cases that were recorded were only 200, but there was a long period in the history where you have the third plague epidemic that remained and caused severe devastations. Nearly 15 million people lost their lives. So definitely we need to understand how these pandemics have evolved, and much more beyond COVID, we have another kind of threat that is looming around. So that is something we need to be aware of, and a very, very important topic for you. We would be covering many such important topics in the upcoming sessions. Stay tuned. Have a wonderful day ahead.